Okay, I will start the presentation.
Sandeep,
yeah.
can I request if you can just introduce the Zoom team out there?
Yeah.
So that would be good, and then maybe you can start with your presentation.
Definitely. So in today's meeting, we have Mr. Khamis from Zoom.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in this session today. My name is Mohammed Khamis, and I'm the sales manager for Zoom, and I'm based out of Dubai.
We have Munir from Zoom.
Hi, everyone. Nice having you on this webinar. Thank you for being here. So Munir Rashi, I'm in charge of partnership for Middle East and Africa for Zoom.
We have Ashish from FVC.
Good morning. Good morning, team. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for 7C's team for inviting us for this webinar. I represent FVC, First Video Communications. I'm based out of Abu Dhabi, managing the UC sales out here, and we officially, represent Zoom and Poly as a distributor for the Middle East and Africa region. So.
And Ashish, if we can introduce the other guys also, otherwise it will take a longer time.
So quickly, just to introduce my colleagues out there. So what the plan here is to go through the portfolio of Zoom and Poly first, and then we connect to our live demo rooms. And right now, what we have is the connect room, what you can see in the screen, where I have my colleagues Rajan and Hassan connected from the Zoom room, covering the live demo. And I've got Ahmed Shabana, who is a part of our Saudi Arabia office, who is connected live using the Zoom room, in the session. And we've got Lakshmi, who's managing our Zoom portfolio as a product manager, based out of Dubai. And over to 7C's team without taking much of your time. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ashish. Thank you, everybody. I will start with the presentation, and accordingly, we will move ahead on this webinar. So today's agenda is that introduction of all the panelists in the meeting. Then we have a small presentation on the solutions, what 7C is doing with the Zoom and Poly. Then Zoom team will present their solutions, how they will help in the collaboration. Then we have some offerings from Poly, which FVC team will present. Then we have live demo from the Zoom rooms, from Zoom Room Dubai and Zoom Room Saudi. Then we will give a quick demo on the home certified solutions from Poly. Then we have quiz and then Q&A session. So after a long pandemic, we have this year which is going to change. Most of the people are returning back to their offices. Most of the people are still working from remote. So this entire session this year is actually dedicated to the change. So while we are doing all these changes, there is a lot of things we have to understand how we can support those changes. So first thing is we have to understand our current environment, what existing environment we have and how we can optimize it for the future investments and how we will reduce the risks that are involved in this transition. Then what are the solutions which we need for the future? Because a lot of hybrid working solutions are there. We are doing remotely, a lot of people are coming in office, and in this environment, we have to define the solutions which will help us. Then obviously, when there are a lot of solutions involved, a lot of hardwares are involved, we have to ensure the consistent experience to each and everybody. So to support this entire thing, we have the hybrid workplace, which is what is the actual requirement for this. So what are the device which our remote workers who are working from office, they will use? What are the collaboration tools that we are using? What is actually the lifestyles of the employees? How they are able to use these things very in their best optimized way. So what and how, with which devices we can optimize their work style and their experience. Then what is the utilization of these new devices? Okay, we are buying the devices, we are giving the devices, a lot of things are there, but what is the best utilization of there? And when we are adopting these new solutions, new things, what will be the adoption issues will come and how we will address those issues. So going forward on this, obviously we have an entire portfolio which is certified from Zoom to use. And obviously when we are doing something which is a certified and when all the work styles and this hardware are aligned, obviously there will be a boost in the productivity and the performance from all the employees. Then there is a complete portfolio which is certified from Zoom and from Poly. We have a complete portfolio. We have personal devices, like we have speaker phones, we have headsets, we have mobile phones, DeX phones. Then we have group devices, yes, our conference phones, then USB cameras, then entire room kits. Then we have video interloops like Poly Eagle Eye cameras, Poly Trio, 8800 visual setups, then the entire Poly group series. These all things are there which will help us to align with our work style, our requirement, and have a consistent experience while doing this collaborating with the remote workers and that workers in the office. When we are collaborating, all the devices help us to collaborate with confidence. And now I will request my Zoom team to take it forward. They will present their solutions, what things they have to offer us.
Thank you, Sandeep. So thank you. Hi, everyone. And thank you for inviting myself and Zoom to be part of this great webinar. So today, I'm going to present to you the future of work, or what we call it, hybrid working. I think it's necessary to take a little step back in time to where Zoom got started. Our vision, our purpose, and our core principle that our CEO and founder, Eric Yan, had in 2011. So when it comes to our vision is empowering people to accomplish more. Maybe the natural responses to that is, yeah, you want to empower people to have more meeting. Actually, no, this is not what this is about. This is not the vision. What does it mean as empowering more doctors to treat more patients? It's empowering more financial services professionals so they can serve their client, they can serve their companies, and even they can serve their people. And empowering educators to teach our children so that they can go on and have a fantastic career and a fantastic life. This is what empowering people to accomplish more is all about. And our purpose is to create a virtual experience that is as good as, if not better than, an in-person experience, especially that we are talking about video communication. And replacing the in-person experience, which is not replaceable, to be honest with you. Now, maybe we're on more of a hybrid work. We're back into the offices. We're seeing each other. But what was the situation in the last 19 months? People now understand the expression of video is a new voice. I mean, could we have imagined spending the last 19 months having audio-only conversation and communication. So it's and not being able to see the people that we were talking to, not be able to see the non-verbal communication, not being able to see friends and families and colleagues and clients smiling or joking or being concerned. So this is the power of video communication, and this is the power of Zoom, and this is what Zoom delivers today when it comes to just work. How easy you can enable the Zoom client and start the video communication. And we are creating and evolving the experience every day, starting from Zoom meeting and Zoom webinar, our recent product that we launched recently, what we call it Zoom event as a platform, and our persistent whiteboarding and all the new innovation that Zoom had for the last couple of months. So today, where we are today, so Zoom founded in 2011. We are 5,700 plus employee across the globe. And we do have today 21 global data center across the globe. Last quarter, we announced our first $1 billion in revenue. And today in UAE, we exist in UAE with a team of more than 20% between sales, marketing, and engineering. So, as maybe you all know us, Zoom as a video conferencing platform, but we are much more than that. Zoom today offers an end-to-end unified communication platform. An end-to-end unified communication platform, yes, we started as a video first application, but however, today, we offer a complete stack that bringing voice, video, conferencing room, and definitely the Zoom application and Zoom API and SDK that allow you to integrate our video and audio into your workforce and into your application. So our unified communication platform, Zoom integrates with over 1,000 applications today in our marketplace. Through a growing marketplace of partner solution, making it flexible to any solution, workflow or workplace culture to integrate with our platform. The power of platform is very important because when we talk about unified communication platform, that first the experience needs to be unified across multiple devices, across multiple communication tool, starting from voice communication or voice over IP, escalating it to video communication, escalating it to conferencing room when we're back to the office, and hybrid communication between people in the office and people still working remotely, into a persistent chat and file transfer, and how we are securing an end-to-end unified communication and collaboration across multiple devices, back into how can you customize the SDK within your workflow and your application. This is the power of the unified communication and collaboration, which basically resulted in better adoption and increase productivity for any organization that is maybe number one priorities for them, into how can I have a tool that increase my employee productivity and better adoption the solution I'm providing them with, and definitely offer less frustration and happier clients, which is your employees at the end of the day. So Zoom is not only a video communication platform, it's a complete unified communication platform. We just got a Gartner result a month ago, where we are a leader on Gartner for the 7th continuous year on both meetings and unified communication. So this is what I'm talking about, the power of one. So Zoom delivers the most complete communication platform, built entirely from the ground up into the cloud to native work together to help not only provide the greatest experience for user and administrator and eliminating definitely the friction caused by multiple underlying platform and architecture, but also do it with the lowest total cost of ownership. As I say today, we are offering video, we're offering voice communication over Zoom phone, and we're offering chat and persistent chat and a complete API and SDK for a customization. And this is some of the feature we had before as an innovation. We call it Zoom first. We were the first one to come with a smart gallery and meeting highlights and up to 50,000 attendees on Zoom webinar and multi-screen sharing and a lot of other virtual meeting room and virtual background, as you can see, breaking and breakout rooms. All of these were the innovations that Zoom bring it first to the virtual communication. And this goes back into the 5 core principles for us. When we built our platform as unified communication platform, our top priority was easy. How easy basically you can use the unified communication and collaboration, how to make it just work, how to continue innovate the platform, because as a unified communication and collaboration, every day we have a new changes, and how to always be known to innovate as a speed and scale. So this is where we always update our clients and our platform with the new stuff. How to basically make it affordable for everyone, all the way from a student and a school to the biggest bank in the world. That how can they use and utilize Zoom in an easy way and an affordable way? And definitely one of the main core principle for us is privacy and security. How are we doing security? How are we securing our platform as an end-to-end? How are we encrypting our platform as an end-to-end, all the way from voice, video, conferencing room to chat and file transfer? So where we are today. So when people think about Zoom, they think about Zoom from a meeting perspective. Zoom is a lot more than meeting. It's the vision that our CEO, Eric Yuan, said about accomplished 10 years ago, which to create basically a platform, a complete platform that serves first, as you can see, financial services, as I said in my beginning, where we have companies like HSBC doing mortgages over Zoom, wealth management engagement with the clients at like something like 5 times the number of client interaction they had in pandemics. We're talking about education. We're talking about universities and schools utilizing our Zoom client, not only during the pandemic and even after the pandemic today, offering hybrid learning and through their entire year. We're talking about retail and how retail is basically, and the marketing are using Zoom to market their products. We're talking today about government and how government utilizing Zoom video communication and platform, the entire UC platform, in their internal communication and their external communication with their customer and with the citizen, offering video engagement center or video conferencing as a services or video as a contact center to engage face-to-face on video communication. What Zoom is doing and helping an oil and gas industry as well with virtual communication, with field communication back from the rig back to the headquarters and head office. And what we're doing when it comes to the healthcare and our integration with a healthcare system into provider or doctor's patient type of engagement using virtual communication and video communication over Zoom, which a big word called telemedicine. Today on healthcare, a patient can communicate with the doctor anytime, anywhere. There's no need to go into the hospital unless it's necessarily to go to the hospital and you're doctor advise you to come to the hospital. You can do a lot utilizing the video communication and collaboration. So Zoom, it's not set only for internal communication. No, it's helping different industries in achieving the virtual communication and collaboration, being in pandemic or post-pandemic. As I said, as you can see from this slide, we are on 21 co-located data center across the globe. A Middle East data center will be very soon up there to serve our country here in EE and our Middle East customer for sure. One of the main products and that we're going to demonstrate today with Poly, our partner when it comes to Zoom Rooms. Zoom Room is a conferencing room solution. Now with our hybrid work, people going back to meeting rooms, and it doesn't make sense that everyone open his PC and start joining the Zoom meeting, so that we do have a solution called Zoom Room. And seeing is believing. We do have a dedicated session after my presentation to demonstrate to you what we mean by Zoom Room and how a conferencing system can join a Zoom webinar or a Zoom meeting. And one of the innovation that we come up this year as we call Smart Gallery, which is basically promoting equity and representation for the hybrid workforce, where people, if you have multiple people in the same room, sections will be taken from AI intelligent cameras, and basically it will be broadcasted as if they are on separate video. So this is also will be demonstrated to you during our session. Very important note that as a Zoom, we understand that we are not the only unified communication platform available today. So customer maybe are still using BlueJeans or GoToMeeting or maybe Cisco WebEx or Microsoft Team. Having a Zoom Room can join any third-party meeting with one click. So still, you don't really need to have remote controls, and you don't need to have your IT manager present in every meeting room to join any of these scheduled meeting. With definitely having the ability to join any Zoom meeting or webinar, we also open our platform to be compatible with other unified communication platform, and being you able to join any of these meetings from a single solution. And Zoom Phone, we come up with the Zoom Phone back in January 2019, and it was only for US and Canada, and now it's for the across the world. And from 2019 till now, 2.5 years only, we have reached from 0 to 2 million subscribers over Zoom Phone. Zoom Phone provide you with the ability to have your extension number with you everywhere. It works exactly with the same application, which is the Zoom application that help you with the persistent chat on your Zoom video calls, and also today have the Zoom Phone functionality. And the power of Zoom Phone functionality, because we say back, it's the power of one. You have one application that can run video meetings, chat, and on the top of it, the phone. And we also protect your investment, because with if you still need your desk phone, we integrate with almost all the desk phone providers from Poly and others as well, so that you can still have your desk phone. However, taking the headache of the infrastructures and the operation and the engineering behind PPX on-prem, we offer you a complete solution when it comes to Zoom Phone, including a management and a full solution based out of the cloud. So it's we're increasing the end user adoption, because it's not a matter of reaching the device, it's reaching the person. So the person could be on his mobile, could be on his PC, could be anywhere, and you can still, by dialing his extension number, you can reach to him. And the latest innovation and product we announced with Zoom Event that can handle up to 50,000 participants. It's a multi-session, multi-day event solution. It's an upgrade level of the Zoom webinar that we are hosting our event today on. And Zoom event definitely allow you to have a single hub and show all your virtual event. It's a single invitation with multiple session within the single invitation. You can have your opening keynotes, you can have conferences running at the same time, you can have a lobby where you can your invitees can start communication with each other over chat, and definitely you can track sales, quantify ROI, everything from a single platform called Zoom event. Zoom app, as I discussed before, we have more than 1,000 application that today in our marketplace integrated and certified on Zoom. But where we are going today, much of this we're proud to announce and at our Zoomtopia, our event that happened on September. So a lot of innovation. As I said, we'll continue innovating our platform. So today we announced the live translation and transcription. So we announced a live translation to 12 languages and a transcription to almost 40 languages. And this will be early next year. We announced something called slide control. How many times during our meeting, when somebody is presenting, please go to the next slide, please go to the next slide. It's not anymore there when in Zoom platform. Today, if somebody presenting from his PC, he can give control to the lead presenter to control the slides. We have definitely Zoom and Facebook partnership and team up. So Zoom and Oculus today, we do have a solution where you can have your AI, AR and virtual reality integrated with Zoom meeting. We have an enhanced Zoom board, we have an enhanced Zoom chat, and definitely we have our video engagement center. We're allowing you to use our API and SDK and integrate it with your web portal and integrating with your application and offering video services branded with your with white labeled and branded, and then definitely offer this video engagement with your client. Hot desking, a lot of nice and new features. And on the top of that, definitely we don't forget our security, which is a #1 priority for us. So we're offering as well, and we're enhancing our platform security and bring your own key when it comes to the encryption. So this is just a quick demo when it comes to translation and transcription. So today you can basically set the languages you want: English, Germany, French, and Arabic as a transcription or even translation, so that you can translate between languages. Video engagement center, how it is important to reimagine the customer experience, your customer experience now of basically moving into a digital era and adding more digital services to your platform and communicate back to your citizen and to your customer. Definitely Zoom whiteboard is not anymore a basic whiteboard. It's a very enhanced, a whole new way of calibrating within a meeting, if you are in a meeting or if you are out of the meeting. So in meeting and out of meeting collaboration. And Zoom and Oculus team up. There is a very nice demo. It shows how can you immersive yourself in a VR experience and stand face to face with your colleague by putting the Oculus glasses and being part or attending Zoom Zoom meeting. So this is the story. This is the story of Zoom. In summary, we started as a company offering video communication to allow people to have an easy way of communicate to each other, and we evolve our platform to become a leader in unified communication and collaboration solution, offering phones and chats and API and SDK. And with this, I would like to thank you so much for giving me the time to go through the Zoom story. And Please, if you have any question, feel free to just post it on the Q&A and I'll be more than happy to answer. Back to you, Sandeep.
Sandeep, can I take over?
Yeah, I will request you to take over. Please.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. This was indeed very informative. I mean, what we know about Zoom is just the Zoom chat and Zoom video, right? So it's an ocean, right? Which is great to know as a unified communication platform. Now, let me take our participant to a Poly journey where, you know, how we as Poly can help making Zoom communications very effective by providing a right equipment, right, to communicate. So I'm just sharing my screen out there. Give me a moment. Hope my screen is visible. Okay. I do not want to take you know, much time. Of course, we need to stick to the time constraint. I'll take 10 minutes, and I know that we all are waiting to see the live demo of our Zoom room system from our 2 meeting rooms out there. So let me start quickly with the Poly UC portfolio. When I say UC, it's basically the unified communication. Old is the word where we used to just stick to the one word, which is video conferencing or video communications, right? UC is a broad world where we communicate in a very effective way through multiple sources, through multiple channels, and through multiple devices, right? Now, this is just a survey by a third party, not related to a specific country as such, but this is worldwide survey, where the result clearly shows in 2021, you know, as of Q2, where do we stand on work from home in terms of percentage. So if you see on the right side here, it's 38.3%, where it clearly says that all of these companies have actually adopted and given a liberty to the employees to work from home for a number of reasons, you know, keeping in mind the pandemic situation and work flexibility, so on and so forth. The major portion, if you see on the gray, is still remains as high as work from home, which is a flexibility to the workers, to the employees, you know, to choose their style of working. So, you know, if they were to go ahead and work from home or work from some remote place, as far as they are in communication, they have access to their systems, to their files and stuff. Thanks to, again, all the cloud technologies and Zoom, you know, to be in the right communication, this is a bigger percentage as such. So this is the question which was asked to, you know, top companies by IDC, you know, on what technologies will your organization be investing in 2021. Now, I don't relate this only just to 2021, but we are just right at the verge of a closure of the year and we are stepping into 2022. Trust me, nothing is going to change. We are so used to work remotely. We are so used to use these communication platforms that we cannot have, you know, our lives going back to 100% offices. Yes, interactions are important, you know, physical meetings are important, but at the same time, you know, because of any, God forbid, any situation, we need to be ready with, you know, with all our communication platforms and communication equipment. The choice, the answer clearly says, you know, investment in the cloud collaboration, team collaboration solutions, video conferencing applications. This is the key for the company. That's where the major investments are happening right now. And, you know, this is, as Mohammed said, future of communication, right? Great. Zoom, perfectly fine. You know, it's a great platform for the communication. But now we as Poly come in picture on why you know, you need a right equipment to make Zoom experience or to make any communication platform experience seamless by using certified devices from the ecosystem partners like Poly, right? So without taking much of your time, let me just quickly jump to this slide, which is my favorite. And this gives a complete picture of our offerings, right now, currently what we have in collaboration with Zoom and the other UC communication partners. If you see on the left side, this is the complete enterprise view, a complete infographic on where all, Zoom as a communication platform can be utilized by using the right equipment. So if you count the meeting rooms, yes, this is the example of a typical meeting room, which is a medium size of room, where you have a Poly Studio camera, where it shows a camera all-in-one video bar with the speakers, microphone built in, a 4K camera with the resolution, and it supports the voice tracking. So I'll come to the unique technologies of Poly in my later slides, but this is the meeting room which is connected as a Zoom or a Teams or a WebEx or any platform as a communication. We are providing seamless experience by having this rooms connected. When it comes to the large room, we have a unique solution from Poly, and the recent camera, which has been launched by Poly, it says called as Poly Studio E70. And this is one of the unique camera where I come to the features in my latest slide. But this is meant for a large meeting room where active speaker is being highlighted on the main screen. At the same time, you have a picture-in-picture covering the rest of the participants in the meeting room. So you don't lose out of focus on who is actively speaking, but at the same time, you have a complete view of the meeting room, who all are there present as the other number of participants. When we talk about, desks, private offices, executive offices, yes, we have a unique solution for the open offices. Now, when we say open offices, so when we go into the hybrid mode, we are still connected. I'm sitting on my desk. I have a colleague of mine, Hassan or Rajan, who's sitting next to me. When I'm on a video call, I need to have some sort of, a great equipment which can avoid, background noise or give a unique experience and no disturbance during my video calls, because my video call, when I'm back to the office, it's not going to stop. So what I need is a decent equipment, a professional headset with the noise cancellation, a nice webcam, compared to the cameras what we have right now in the laptops, which gives a clear result. Now, whether we believe it or not, we have experienced, it's not because we sell technology, I'm saying this, but we have seen the difference when you use the right equipment for your meetings, when you are with your client, when you are with your stakeholders, when you are, with your executives, when you have a right equipment, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of difference. Coming on towards the home and remote offices, I'm based out of Abu Dhabi. I operate from home, and this is my home office. Now, I know the fact that, to go back to my office, definitely I go once in a while, but my major work has been done from my home. If my home office is not equipped with the right equipment, on the communication platform, mainly, I will not be more productive, to be honest with you. So that's where Poly comes in picture by giving the right, all-in-one solution for the home offices. The best example right now, I'm connected using my wireless headset, the professional one, and I have my webcam in front of me, which is 4K, which has the built-in speakers, built-in microphones, which gives me crystal clear, voice. Now, let me jump to one of the great features of Poly, which they call it as a Director AI. Now, this is unique compared to what we see in the market. And that's where, Poly comes in picture with a unique solution. So when it comes to the meeting room solution, they have something called a speaker tracking, as I rightly mentioned for some of the cameras as a unique feature. Smooth transition. Now, when we say speaker tracking, it has to have a proper transition between one participant to other participant when the discussions are going on. Then comes the conversation mode. If I'm speaking right now, sitting on this particular chair, and I have a colleague of mine who wants to give his feedback, there should be a proper conversation mode where camera present both of us without losing the focus on the rest of the participants who are present in the meeting room. And last is the group framing. Imagine you have a 10-seater room right now, and most of the meetings, we have seen that video calls, though your meeting room is 10-seater, but it's not heavily occupied in all the calls, where we have 3 participants, sometimes 4 participants. What is the point in showing the empty chairs to the far end? That's where the group framing comes in picture. So the active number of participants who are sitting in the meeting room, camera will use the intelligence and identifies the active participants and zooms in to those participants by showing a group framing picture. So at the far end, what you will see is all these kind of, smooth transition between these technologies without doing anything manually by, clicking on the different presets or, different modes of the camera. This is completely automated, taken care of. And we will definitely see a live demo. So I don't want to, drag on the same technology, but we'll see a live demo out there. Noise block and acoustic fence. Fancy words, but we mean it when we say noise block, right? And the best example, I'll give it to you right away, where I am speaking right now, and all of a sudden, you will not actually see, because my active noise cancellation button is on in my headset. And the moment I keep my microphone off, you will not hear me. I'm still talking, but you have stopped hearing me. Right? Mohammed, am I back? And can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
And the moment I put off my mic, you could not hear me. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's where the power of Poly comes in picture. So imagine I have my kids at the background when the call is on, and if I have my pets. There's a lot of noise blocks can be, avoided by using this AI features. This is not only with the headset. This technology is right for most of the Poly equipment throughout, for the voice, for the video, for the headsets, for the cameras, and the Zoom room system as well. Acoustic fence. Hassan and Ahmed Shabana is going to take you over through acoustic fence, but just quickly tell you what acoustic fence is. So this is a unique technology with Poly, where it creates a bubble sort of thing, a virtual fence within the room, and anything outside this virtual bubble can't be heard to the far end. So imagine you're sitting in the meeting room, and you have a lot of background noise outside this bubble, and you can, by the way, define the bubble, within the settings. You have multiple choices to create your bubble within 3 meters, 5 meters, 8 meters, depending on your cameras and depending on your microphones. So this is one of the unique features of a Poly, which is acoustic fence. This slide is covered by dear friend Sandeep already in the beginning, so I'm not going to go through in detail, but this is end-to-end Zoom portfolio, which makes us in a very key position with Zoom as a certified partner, for the devices, right from the speakerphones to the headsets, the personal devices, and as Mohammed rightly said, that now we are on the Zoom phone as well. Where Zoom doesn't have the hardware, of course. They rely on partners like us for the unique hardware. When it comes to the group devices for the meeting rooms, this is where we play a role, and on the interoperability. Now, this is very important, as Ahmed mentioned in his presentation, where we do agree and we do accept the fact that some of our clients like yours may have invested, in Teams as well. Now, we want to make this experience unique, and don't want to stick to one experience. So from the Zoom room, you will be surprised to know that you will be able to join in the Teams meeting without knowing the fact at the other end that it's a Teams call. So it's very seamless. And we will show you how you can do this in our live demo. Yeah. So this is where the interoperability plays an important role. Video at a glance. Keeping time in mind, I will quickly run through this in 5 minutes, and then over to the live demo. Now, this is one of the unique products of Poly, which is very much in demand right now, and I'm sure some of you might have seen this in live action. Poly Studio all-in-one device. It's a USB device which has capabilities to to have the noise block, acoustic fence features, the speaker tracking, presenter tracking, conversation mode. All of these fancy things, what you have seen it in my slides, can be achieved live, by using this device. This is meant for a small and a huddle room. This is not meant for a big size of meeting room. And it has the 4K camera with the built-in microphones and speakers, so you don't need any additional microphone and speaker in the room. One device can take care of the whole thing. Jumping to the Studio X family, now you can see there's 3 fancy devices. Now, we call it as X30, the small one, X50, the big one, X70 as for the large room. Now, this is the best equipment for Zoom room as of now in the market, if you see, and it has the Android-based Zoom client, where seamlessly you can experience Zoom room by using this in your room. Now, it comes with the touch panel, of course, from where you just enter the room. You have your pre-scheduled meetings in the calendar, which will pop up on the Zoom client. All you need to do is just press one button, a join button, and there you go. Your camera, speakers, microphone are active, and you are seen at the far end. You are heard at the far end. Zoom has got the seamless experience of the user interface and the meeting room interface by keeping almost the same features. You definitely get some more features in the meeting room interface, where you share your content wirelessly without having dependency on the application, third-party application like wireless content sharing or third-party devices. This is one of the unique features of Zoom, which makes us proud that we as Poly, we can definitely have the live experience of sharing the content wirelessly through our devices in Zoom room. As Mohammed mentioned, we do have the equipment, yes, which are all certified in not only in Zoom, but yes, as a key vendor for communications. We do have partnership with multiple other UC platform providers. Yeah. This is the X70, the Intelligent Studio X70 camera, which is recently launched by Poly with all the features what was presented for Director AI, the advanced camera tracking options, and this is certified for Zoom room systems. E70, the most unique camera in demand right now. Now, E70 is slightly different than X70, where you see the center part of the camera is, if you can extract the camera from this bar, this is your E70 camera. Many times what happens is you have a large room where, it's about 15-seater, 20-seater. And you end up having a question mark that I've already invested in my large room, where I have the speaker system, I have the mic system in place, a display as well. What am I going to do with those investments? No need to worry. What we can do is we integrate those third-party microphones and speakers, what you have got in your meeting room, with the G7500 system with Studio E70 camera. So camera definitely from the Poly side, but you have third-party microphones and speakers can be integrated, having the best-in-class Zoom room experience. Not only this, we have recently announced that by February end, Studio E70 will support cascading features, which is again unique compared to what we have, in the market. You can connect up to 6 cameras in a row when you have the large rooms, venues like auditoriums, venues like multipurpose hall, 30-seater boardroom, where one camera is not sufficient. So the best thing is whoever speaks, the camera takes that particular face and recognize through voice and face detection, and far end can see that particular person. So without losing out the overall image of the presenters and the participants present in the room. This is one of the very unique features, once the firmware is out, and this is free, of course. All the existing investments, just need to upgrade the firmware and you are good to go. This is just a typical picture of how the setup is for the large room. And of course, as I said, when you have multiple cameras, you can even extend for a very large, extra large room as well. These are accessories which can be, integrated. One of the rooms where we had a challenge where because of the interiors, we were not allowed to put the microphones on the table. And that's where the poly technology came in picture, where we have the ceiling mount microphones as well. So, we are flexible enough. You can have the ceiling mounted microphone without, having the microphones on the table when you have certain challenges to touch the table, to drill the table to make the hole. So yes, this is possible as well. And last part, just 3 slides on the personal equipment. So right now I am connected using the fancy P5 web camera, where you can actually see my clear picture, and if I zoom in, you can even count my gray hair. It's that clear. And what we have is the other P21 is the personal monitor for the executives and senior management, where you have a seamless experience of a video conferencing through Zoom, of course, and just connect your monitor and you're good to go. It has built-in camera, 4K, built-in speakers, microphone, and with all AI features. And the third part is a very small device with all-in-one bar, which is the camera with the built-in speakers and the microphone, which is called as P15. I'm not going to go through the details of it, as I've already mentioned, some unique features which are seamless with all the poly equipment. Kits. Now this is very important because when I say work from home accessories and work from home devices, yes, nothing is complete without the professional headset, right? So we have a unique kit which comes with multiple options. So a single-sided, double-sided Bluetooth speakers, wireless speakers, microphones, and headsets. And we've got the speakerphone as well. So all in as a kit with the P5 camera, which can be ordered, of course, for work from home devices. These are just the quick examples of some of the models of poly. P15, as I rightly mentioned earlier, all-in-one bar with all the capabilities, the 4K.
Ashish, just keeping time in mind, I think it's better that
this is the last
skip the
slide.
presentation.
Sure. This is the last slide, Rajan, and there we go. I'm just stopping my presentation and keeping the floor open for the questions. But before the questions, I think we should jump into the live demo. So Hassan and Shabana, now it's your turn. We'll keep my microphone mute. Let's capture the live demo in quick 5 minutes. And Hassan, you can start with the Connect room first, showing the features, and then pass it on to Shabana. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you very much. And welcome everyone today with the live demo. And what we are going to see here is one of the solutions, what my colleague Ashish talked about, which is the G7500. Because we don't have enough time, so I will make it short, and I will talk about the main features. The most important thing about the solutions what we are going to see today is the ease of use. As Khamis mentioned, ease of use was the key point, it was the most important part, for the solution to be provided to the customer, because end of the day, the solution has to be easy on the deployment and easy to be operated by the management and by the users. Now, what we see here is the G7500, which is connected, and it is Zoom Room solutions. Now, with these solutions, you don't need to touch anything. The minute you step into the meeting room, you will find your invitation. Your invitation will appear on the touch screen. All you need to do is just one single click to have the call connected. Even for the camera and the microphones are kept either on the table, either on the ceiling. The minute you talk anywhere in the room, the voice will be loud and clear. You don't need to worry or be, very close to the microphone to let the foreign, hear your voice loud and clear. And also we enabled, the feature, which is like the acoustic fence that my colleague talked about, Ashish talked about it, which is like in the next meeting room, which is very close to this meeting room, I have, another colleague of mine who's, running meetings, and I hear them. But for you, maybe you will not be able to hear anything. You will hear like a very calm environment in this meeting room. And the reason is we have that features enabled. This feature sometimes is very important, for you. If you are keeping the video conferencing or the Zoom room system on an open area where you have, like colleagues sitting just beside you, and they have, their coffee breaks or something, which may, affect, the call. The microphones, the touch control here is provided by Bully, but in case like you...
I'll just add one point. This is purely from an experience perspective. A lot of customers' meeting rooms are made of glasses. So if you see, majority of the meeting rooms are not made to make a video conferencing rooms. These are rooms made from a design perspective of the organization. And we have seen a lot of places above 50%. Majority of the good meeting rooms are having surrounded with glasses, and you have a lot of eco problems coming out there. This is where this particular parameter, and the reason for the vendor to come across something like unique technologies of creating a boundary was because of regular complaints coming from a lot of places. So they created this particular kind of an AI environment and to create a boundary. Sorry, Sandeep.
Yeah, no problem, Andres. And as like you see here, we have the touch control, but a regular question from the customer requesting you to have like a wireless controller, and it's really supported when we are using Zoom, because with Zoom you can use like any iPad, any Android device. You can pick up any Android, any size from the local market, and just it will be compatible with all range of products. If we are talking, I'm not talking about the specific one, which is the G7500 here. No, I mean it with all range of products. You can bring your tablet, put it there, and it will be the controller. The best part here, whatever the controller, whatever you are using to control the system, the same user interface will be there. So you don't need, to learn something new. You don't need, to change anything. The same user interface will be everywhere. Now, also one thing which is very important, which is also the camera. Now, this system is compatible with any third-party camera. So if you don't prefer, to have the Bully camera, or if you want the Bully camera, but you prefer to have your ceiling camera or, different size of camera, then this system will allow you to connect up to 5 different cameras to one single system. I have attached here one single camera, which is like a normal Logitech camera. And easily, I'll show you how easy you can operate everything from the touch controller. Now I'm controlling, now you can see this camera, you are not controlling.
And you can show the screen.
Yeah, that's why we can see it, Rajan, because this is the feed of the camera now.
No, I know, the room aesthetics, it is on 2 screens.
Yeah, so now this is, the controller. Yeah, this is the controller, and as you see, it's very easy to be operated. You can switch easily the cameras. So if I have like more than one camera, like if I have like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 cameras, easily you can pick up, any one of them. And this is very important in case like you need the solution to be for a classroom or you need it to be for an auditorium. It should have an easy way for controlling, the different camera. And this supported with the G7500, and the best part, the interface for the camera is the normal traditional USB-A. So it is not, like a proprietary protocol from Poly, where they force you, to buy their own camera. Now, additional thing, as a solution from Zoom, this solution from Zoom will allow you to use a wireless sharing. All of us aware about, the challenge of having a wireless presentation, and we are using a different product in the market. We are using, some of us are using Polypano, some customers are using, Barco ClickShare. Now, if you deploy a Zoom solution, part of that you will get the wireless solution free of cost. You don't need to buy anything extra. You don't need any additional license from Zoom to enable this feature. And this feature will allow me to share the presentation from any platform. I can use my laptop, I can use my smartphone to share the presentation. I can use anything to share my presentation. All you need to do is just download Zoom client. That's it. With the Zoom client, I can do it. Now I have the smartphone. All I need to do to share the presentation, I need just to put share screen. And then all I need to do is just to put, the key. And as you see now, I need to, because I'm using my personal phone, and it is asking me to be a panelist, to be a part of this thing. It's not recognizing me. So anyway, it's because this is a webinar, but in traditional call, if you are running a webinar and you need to share this thing, you can do it without the need for any additional license or any application to have this feature running. One more thing, which is also very important, that this is the last point I have to mention today, is this system and all the systems provided by Poly along with Zoom will allow you to use your laptop instead of the main system. And this is what we call it a USB features, bring your own devices. Now, some customers would prefer sometimes from time to time, to have the video conferencing with a third-party platform, which is not a Zoom, not Teams, not some Chinese, brands. I've seen, some brands which is not supported by any platform. So they prefer to have a USB device. Now, with this solution, the G7500, I can easily plug one USB cable to my laptop with the HDMI to be able, to present it on the screen, and whatever application I'm running, I will be utilizing this powerful equipments from Poly, to join the meeting or to be part of, any call. This is all the features, not all the features. This is some of the features supported on this system. Yeah, please, if you have any questions or you prefer, to visit us to see, like the combination and the whole feature supported by all the systems, you are most welcome anytime. You can contact us, and we will welcome you here to show you, a full demo, a live demo, where you can, see live features from the combination of Zoom and Poly. Thank you very much. It's up to you, Ashish.
Thank you, Hassan. I think over to Shabana without taking much of your time. Yeah, Shabana, yes. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So now, as Mohammed Khamis and Ashish mentioned, we will show you the flexibility to join other platform like Teams meeting, for example, from the Zoom native room. So let me share now. I have another setup here for Teams meeting. Okay,
So Shabana, sorry to interrupt you. Just to add here, team, Ahmed Shabana right now is joined in a Zoom room system, right? So he's on a call on the Zoom room as Hassan and Rajan is connected. In this, Ahmed is from our KSA office. And what he's going to show is how easy it is to jump in to a Teams call from the Zoom room system. Yeah.
Okay. So currently I'm joining from Zoom room from Poly LX30. Now I'm showing you another setup for native Zoom room based on Windows. As you can see now, I have a Teams meeting running on my laptop. So I start the meeting now. So as you can see, this is a Teams client meeting. I'm joining there, and from the Zoom room I have the meeting already scheduled with the join button. So once I click the join button, you will see the room is joining the Teams meeting. It even will show the Teams interface. Okay, and once it's joined, it will appear on the Teams meeting requesting to admit. So once I admit,
Excellent.
it will be joining from Zoom room to a Teams meeting. So this is how it's easy to join from Zoom to another platform like Teams. Natively, no need to install or change the mode or whatever you can see. So this is the first setup which I will show to you now. Okay. I have another setup to show it to you regarding the voice and acoustic fence and the noise block. Okay. So let me change the screen. Second. So, let's see what I mean. So I will show you now from the X30, the poly device which I'm using now in a Zoom mode. I will show you the first. Now the noise block is not enabled, so if I clap, I believe you should hear my clapping. So if I just enable the noise block, okay, and start clapping, you shouldn't hear my clapping. So any noise in that meeting room will be eliminated. Okay. The other feature, which is the acoustic fence, as
Shabana, sorry to interrupt you, Shabana. This was the active noise block, which is different than the acoustic fence, right? So active noise block, just to the audience, it's basically anything apart from the human voice is the
background noise. Any clapping or digging outside, okay? So the other feature is the acoustic fence, where we create like a virtual boundary. So any sound in this boundary will be picked up, and any sound outside this boundary will not be picked up. As Rajan mentioned, many of the meeting rooms now have the glass walls or doors. So it's not acoustically isolated. So if you have any outside sound coming from outside, it will be easily picked up by the microphone. But if I enable the acoustic fence, okay, so now I have the sensitivity is very low, so I have to be in front of the camera directly. If I start moving, you can see we have 10 level of sensitivity where you can adjust the acoustic fence or beam.
Yes, Shabana, we can't hear you once the moment you are outside the virtual fence, the acoustic fence. Fantastic.
Yes.
And this can be
it will give you more sensitivity or more width where you can have people outside. Okay.
Absolutely. And to the team, if you can see the interface of Shabana, what he has shared, it's just one click. So there is no special license, there is no additional cost involved, in having these features when you buy poly equipment. So this all comes as a part of the package. Yeah.
Yes, and it's only one time setup. And once you install the codec or the camera in the meeting room, you just adjust the beam width where you know the dimension of the meeting room, and you just leave it. Okay.
Excellent.
So this is from my side.
Thank you, Shabana. I think over to Sandeep now. Sandeep, it seems that all of us are waiting for the great prizes. though we will not get it for sure. It's for audience, but let us just proceed for the last 4 quick questions quiz and see who was paying attention.
Yeah, Ashish, let me start the question answer, and we will definitely
So
request
team-
everybody to participate.
Sure.
And
Just tell them the
there are
rules.
some
Tell them the rules
great
first.
prizes
Yeah.
to announce. Okay, let me start. So
What's
these
the
are
rules?
the prizes
Yeah.
which we are going to announce today. We have for Zoom Room, we have Zoom subscription, which includes Zoom meetings, Zoom Room, and Zoom CRC. And then for Poly, we have as prizes the Poly Bluetooth and webcam. So all the participants, you can type in the answers directly in your chat box, and whoever will answer first is going to win this. So there are 2 questions from Zoom and 2 questions from Poly. So starting from the question of Zoom. So please keep typing directly in the chat box.
We can see the excitement.
Okay, so I am moving to the answer. And the answer for this question is option number 3. Meetings, webinars, chat, phone, and room. So whoever had given answer right, we will select them at end of the QA. And moving to question number 2. So question number 2, I request everybody to answer in question chat. We had seen demo of it. Yes, so the answer is true. Okay, moving ahead to question number 3. Everybody ready for question number 3? This another 2 questions are from Poly. So what is the unique feature that Poly uses to eliminate background noise by creating a virtual boundary? People have different views, and that is very good. So let's move to the answer of this question. Yes, the answer is option 1, acoustic fence. So now let's move to question number 4, the last question of this quiz. Yeah, the question is, Poly provide a complete end-to-end portfolio for Zoom? I know a very obvious answer.
You kept very easy questions, Sandeep.
Yeah, we want people to win.
Excellent.
So let's see answer for this question. Oh, it is true. I think it was false. So yeah, within 5 or 10 minutes, we will announce the winners.
Okay. Any questions, Sandeep? I think we should take
If
your question
anybody
answer
have
and
any
then.
question, yes, they can type
Yeah.
in chat.
So we are 20 minutes ahead of not ahead of more than the scheduled time. So I think if no more questions left, then we can end the webinar. And team, any questions you have after the webinar, please feel free to drop it to the 7Cs team, and we'll take it up with them, and we'll ensure that we'll come back to you, as soon as we can. Yes, you will get a copy of the PowerPoint presentations. Yes, Banu, sure. Ahmed, you want to say anything? Rajan, you want to say anything?
I would like to thank all the attendees for their time and for staying in the webinar, although it's extended almost 20 minutes. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and hope to work with you soon. Sandeep, are we announcing the winners and the webinar?
Khan's team is selecting the winners. So we will send a separate mail to everybody announcing
Excellent.
the winners, and accordingly we will dispatch the awards.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of the day.
Sure.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Sandeep and all the customers, thank you very much for organizing this. Kameez, thanks a lot to be a part of it. It was really informative. I think a lot of things, as you rightly mentioned, we always considered as voice and video, more on video perspective, but it was a good presentation for every one of us. Munir, thanks a lot for being a part of it. Thank you very much. Shabana Hassan, thanks a lot. It was a good eye-opener in terms of some features, because video is known to everyone, but certain key features, the way it was shown, thanks a lot. Ashish, thank you very much. I think we need to do a lot more of these webinars and these kind of sessions so that there is awareness, at least information passing on to customers. Sandeep, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for organizing.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for all your customers.
Thanks the entire customers and 7C's team. I mean, PowerPoint, everything looks good in PowerPoint, right? So when we talk about the features, it's important to see it live. That's where it makes difference.
And believe me, I'm enjoying this session. The reason is because we are the only guys who have got two big screens. I'm seeing the active speaker on the right-hand side and rest everyone out there. So the whole environment it's not like a laptop where everything is crowded. So it's like the aesthetics out here for us is pretty good.
Hassan, before we end up, do you want to just switch the camera and show the audience just the one view? If you can switch the camera, how's the front setup?
Yeah,
just the last one. Then we disconnect.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have this camera. Easily again, to switch between the cameras, I need just with one single click, and the camera will switch automatically. So this is the view.
There we go.
There are two big screens, as you see.
Excellent.
The main.
And Ashish, I don't like to see your face all the time, please.
Thank you so much. I wanted to see my face. That's why I was
such a big screen. The active speaker switches over out there.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very
All
much,
right.
guys.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice
Have
week.
a
Bye.
nice
Bye.
day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Shabana, thanks, man.
Thanks everyone.